Hi folks, welcome back to Delboy's Garage. At long last, we are back in the garage. It seems like an age. I had to open the door with a tyre lever because it had started healing up. And here we are. Now, just want to bring up today, a very quick one today. It's a new addition to Delboy's Garage. We've actually managed to, finally after 4 years, prize Penny Pitstop's Harley out of her tiny little hands and get her on something different. Now, to explain quickly what we've done, Penny Pitstop had a Harley Davidson 883 Low. We before we started doing videos, we made a project of about 18 months of just going through modifications. We put a 1200 big bore kit in it, a Kitech Pro fueler, stage 1 tune, and then we put a cam and various other things, and we made it quite a quick bike in the end, quite punchy and feisty. And because it had a piggyback fuel injection system, it did eat a lot of fuel, not just a lot, but a serious amount. It was about 24, 25 to the gallon at best. You get like 70 to a tank, and I think you get more than that out of a new Harley 48. It really was not practical. Also, the bike became a bit of a show bike. You remember the blue or the green and white one that she had that's been in many of the videos. We used it for the white wall tyre cleaning. Go back through any of the Harley videos in the last year, that's the bike we've used as the example. And it did become a very clean bike, absolutely spotless. And the problem is, we live in Brighton and it's very wet. Even in the summer it rains every other day, so it wasn't a practical vehicle to use. So she advertised it, and as I'm talking about it because she's holding the camera there,
I'm here.
we got it sold. We found a buyer. It's gone away to live in a collection. This chap is a bit kind of besotted by the 50s pop culture. He's bought the Harley to put in amongst a bit of collection. He's a wealthy fella, a really nice guy. He's bought the bike. He came along. He doesn't do YouTube. He doesn't know anything about the channel. He's never seen it before. He just turned up. He loved the bike, and he gave us the right price for it. We're not going to get involved in that. Now the bike's sold. Penny had the cash. Now what she's done is gone out and bought something more practical, something a little bit easier to use, something that doesn't have to be cleaned every time it goes out, and that we can also use for Harley videos and upgrade stuff, because it's a pretty standard bike. It's 2 years newer. It's only got a third of the mileage of the one that she had, so it's a bit of an upgrade in that sense. But it also is only an 883. It's a basic Harley 883 engine, and that means that it's going to do great on fuel. It's going to be about 50 to the gallon instead of 25, and that means we can live our lives more, we can do more distance, we can get out there in the world and enjoy what we should be doing if you're into bikes. So there we go. Stick around and stay tuned. Let's give you a walk around, see what it looks like.
There we go. Just a pretty much standard Harley 883 iron. Now I absolutely love these. I had one myself about a year ago, before the Bandit. All it came to us with, as far as proper mods, is these Vance and Hines pipes. They've got a pretty straightforward baffling, but they're still quite nice and loud. But it's not my choice. I'd probably have the baffles out, but then it's Penny's bike. There's some nice subtle little things, just little odds and ends. We've got these caps, which are over the bolt ends, the bolt ends on the axle, which does dress it nicely. Both sides, they kind of set it off quite nice. Other little things like moving the indicators down onto the bottom yoke or bottom tree. Now the bars have been bunged underneath, but I'll come to that in a sec. It's still got this full standard rear fender. It is, when you see them at that height, when the suspension's at kind of full height, that doesn't look too bad. But when you take this tail end off and then you end up with the chopped rear fender, there's too much gap there. You can climb up inside, so then it needs to be lowered. And that brings it to the next thing. We have got to lower it a little bit because Penny's not as tall as me. She might change the seat, a few other things. It has got a rear seat which bolts on there, but we're not going to use it because we're going to change the whole lot, so that will be for sale. So really, like my good friend Jeff Van Rocco 66, we're going to use the funding of selling bits we don't need, the rear seat, the rear pegs, these assemblies here. The peg itself's not dear, but this casting and all its doodad, that's quite expensive from Harley. So we're going to sell them, sell the seats, both of them. Probably, I don't know, the pipes are cool, we can live with them. But then that will fund something towards the next bits and pieces we're going to do. But there it is, Penny's new bike. We'll see it on a few videos over the course of the year. We've got to adjust the bars now, I've got to adjust the suspension, but before anything else, we've just ridden it home 75 mile, 80 odd miles. It's a bit salty. We've got lots of this kind of khaki road salt, which is, if you taste it, it is salt. So that's got to come off, give it a good wash, clean it up, get it indoors, and then we're going to do a little video of swapping out these. These standard levers are a bit massive. They're okay if you've got big monkey hands like me, you can reach the levers okay, but little woman's hands don't reach the levers so well. So we've got some really cool adjustable ones for Penny. We're going to fit them, make a video of each one, because I get a lot of requests for how to fit levers, especially this side, because this lever has a little lock-in block that lives inside the switch block. So there's a very simple way to do it, and I'm going to show you that as well. So there we go, Penny's new bike, dark side babies. I love it, she's very happy with it. It's what she wanted. Now we can ride. It can get dirty, it can get covered in rain and crap, we just wash it off. So there we go.
Okay, so there we are, very simple. A few little jobs to do. I didn't mention, as you probably saw in the walk round, the clock's mounted down to one side, which is pretty cool. Lots of little things to do on it, but it's what she wants. She's going to make me a list. I have the list, I've got some stuff to do, and I'm going to make a video of what we can, so we can add those to it, and you can benefit from it if it's the sort of thing you want to do for yourself. With fuel in this country being £6.30 odd now for a gallon, it's just ridiculous to have the other bike doing 25 to the gallon. Christ, you can run around in a V8 for that, and that would be cool. So it's not practical. This is a more practical option, and she didn't spend any money. This isn't. This is what you can do. Harleys are a great commodity, unlike Japanese bikes. You can sell a Harley that you've done some extras to, and you can buy a newer one that doesn't have the extras for the same money. This is the great thing about Harleys. I absolutely love it. That's come in exactly the same price as the other bike went out, not a penny more or less. She hasn't spent anything at all, and in that sense it makes sense, because we'll save money over the course of the year. You don't have that thing in the back of your mind when you're mounting up on a Sunday morning in the sunshine, fill it up with fuel. She's going to get 130 plus miles out of a tank full before reserve. The other bike, 75, and it's just not a way you can live your life. We ride with our mates, the Idiot Collective, and we all go out for the day. We don't want to be stopping every 5 minutes for fuel. It's just boring, and at the end of the day it's expensive. So keep it there. Spring's coming. Ride safe. Thanks for all the comments. I absolutely love them. As I just said, I may not be able to reply to them all because we want to get back in the garage and get stuck into what we should be doing, producing videos you can use for your use, and that's what we set about. So there you go. Take it easy. Ride safe. Spring is here. Let's have a great season. I'll see you next time.